2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very pleased to be covering this particular featured group because there's a fresh rivalry developing. I smell rivalry in the air. It's going to provide some great entertainment to both the spectators and us this week.
Henny, it sounds like they're trying to beat Will Zalatoris. Are you sure?
Absolutely, Luke. Will Zalatoris is a player of the future. When we talk about young players who are confident and have every single attribute that you could possibly want for, Will Zalatoris comes to mind, and that's not someone that I would want to be going up against if it was me.
Yeah, well, looks can be deceiving, can't they? While he might remind you of Happy Gilmore's caddy, this player is one to beat, and good luck in this rivalry because you're going to need it.
They've decided to club up. Wow, showing Will Zalatoris that this rivalry is indeed not to be taken lightly.
This putt is about 8 feet. This looks good. Ooh, right by the hole. Par putt coming up here. Well, that's a no-fuss par to get the round underway, Rich.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
He's in a share of 12th place. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be when took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
This one will run uphill.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. Putting for a par now. Okay, let's head to the next. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property. And this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Going with the 7. Not a bad approach, that one. Not quite inside the birdie range, but you never know. Hole a long one. Still counts. Always nice to have a birdie putt. Ouch, that hurts. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. So, no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
Very picturesque, this fourth hole. Pacific Ocean directly to the golfer's left-hand side. Don't be sucked in by the views, however. You want no part of that. And you certainly don't want any part of that fairway bunker down the right-hand side either. Find the fairway, and you've got a good chance at knocking it on this green in two. Be wary, though. Anything long and left on this green is no good.
From around 170 yards here, 2 strokes off the lead. Opting for the 9-iron.
They've chosen to club down here.
Not a bad play, that one.
Would need something special to happen to get the birdie here.
Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Oh, just missed. No, that's too bad. 3 feet to go here to the hole. You've finished your work on that hole. Let's take a look at the next one. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical. And that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
Setting up here from about 150 yards.
chosen the pitching wedge here. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the 5th. Trying to get to 1 under here with this putt.
This one's looking good.
A bit long on that one. He's had a tough time of it on the greens here today. Hopefully all that'll change right here.
This is what they have left for par.
That's frustrating. And just a little bit of work was all that was needed to finish up there. Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 6th, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in 2. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
This one headed left in a hurry.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. 3 shots off the lead. A chance to get amongst the action of the top 20. This putt drops.
Surely it's going to.
Now that's a mistake. How do you leave that short?
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Sitting at 1 over for the day.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The par 4 7th, a little dog leg left to right. Again, positioning of the tee is key.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the Barranca and the canyons come into play.
Oh, great swing there. Second shot here on the 7th. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Right up in the canopy of the trees. That approach didn't seem to fit their eye.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, Luke. This is a surprise, missing this one.
They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Big par saver coming up for this fella. This one started out on a good line. And in it goes for the par. Sitting at 1 over for the event. We head up the hill away from the ocean here at the 8th hole, Rich. A lovely par 3, but all the challenges in the green.
It is. It's very wide, not very deep. Players going in there with kind of mid irons to short irons. Uphill the entire way. Difficult to get it on that back level when they stick the pin all the way on top.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. This one needs to kick left. Now that looked pretty good the whole way. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
15 feet out. He's been staring this one down. Little birdie look in here.
Oh, so close. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
And this putt to draw even with Will Zalatoris.
That gets the job done. Nicely played. Moving on up the leaderboard now after that hole. The par 5 9th is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging to say the least.
Luke, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
Oh, that is a thing of beauty. Second shot here on the 9th. All you can do is hope now, because that was never going down the fairway. Well, I know that we're in the booth and not right up close to it, but it doesn't take a smart person to work out that's not a nice lie.
Yes, it is awful, awful, yucky, smelly, stinky, and there's a bunch of other words I could use, but it's just flat out nasty. Good luck.
Going with the pitching wedge here.
Nice out the rough here.
Not bad. And a chance to get back to even with the card with this putt.
With this putt, he'll get one up on Will Zalatoris. What a match this has been.
That was a gallant attempt. Just 3 feet to go to the hole. Don't miss this. They can be costly. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Rich, this player's just a few shots back with the last 9 to play. Did you prefer to be the greyhound or the bunny?
I want to be the greyhound. I'm sprinting away if I possibly can. This player's 3 back. They need to start sprinting. Absolutely tattooed that one.
Sitting at 1 over. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. That's a bad error to make there. That's headed right. Not sure if that's how they drew it up.
One of the rare misses for this player today, Luke. They've been hitting a lot of greens today.
close was that to going down? Oh, I love these momentum putts. Right on 10 feet. Let's go hole it.
Trying to save par here. Rolling end over end. This putt's looking great.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. Now 3 strokes back after that hole. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
Opting for the 3-iron here. Well, a little off the target with that one.
What's a strange miss there. Look, they've been hitting the greens all day long.
Didn't that look good for a long time? And he needs this to save par. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. We head to the 12th hole. This par 4 is as big and as strong and as tough as you find anywhere on the PGA Tour.
This 12th hole is probably one of the toughest tee shots players will face out here. They know they have to hit a good tee shot, a long tee shot, to have any chance or hope of making birdie here. You miss it a little bit out to the right. The rough over there is horrific. You do find the fairway, though. You got a green that tilts from back right to front left, making the second shot so much more imperative to not get it above the hole. Second shot, leave below the hole at all costs.
Setting up in the bunker here.
Oops, this one's headed for the rough.
Here's a chance to get up and down from the greenside bunker. Not your best effort, still a mid-range putt coming up. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
All right, down the hill here, got to be gentle. What a putt, started this perfectly.
Wow, that's misjudged. This next putt is for bogey. Yep, you'll take that. Trailing by 5 shots after that hole. All right, Rich, the par 5 13th, so much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
Getting ready to play their third. 5 shots off the pace. Well, this would be a big birdie here. Good putt to make. That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. Why not take another look at that effort?
I need to see this again because I still can't believe they hold that.
Currently at +1 for the tournament.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
Let's see what happens here at the 14th. Hope they pack their bucket and spade because they're heading to the beach.
That's my line. Stop it. You can't do that.
Oh, Henny, that looks like a putrid lie. Is it bad?
I really like the look of this. It couldn't be lying any more perfect.
Bit offline, that one. You're now into the lap of the golfing gods. And here we are with the third shot. 4 strokes off the lead. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. I'll be glad to be putting now. 7 feet to the cup.
Nice little par putt here.
Gets it to go down. Wow, what a save.
In the bunker with their tee shot, and that is a very good save.
We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par 4s. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny, tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
Good choice. Going with the 3 iron. Come on, look after us. Little bounce to the right here. Getting ready to play their third. 4 shots behind our leader. Sitting at +1. Ooh, that almost went down. Putting for bogey here. A couple over now, heading towards the stretch. A good chance to fight back. 16th, the last of the par 3s on this golf course, but it's not an easy one.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult 2-putt to say the least.
Going with the 4 iron here. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Just taking a look at this one, Rich. Do you think it's makeable?
I really can't say I'm a fan of their chances on this one, Luke, but I tell you what, I've been wrong once before.
Ooh. There's part of about 6 feet coming up. This one's looking good. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
Chosen the pitching wedge here.
This one headed left.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. And this putt coming up for his par. It's got a chance for the par. Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. And the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5, you can get there in 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
getting ready to play their third. Great touch. Really nicely played.
Judging it beautifully.
And with that putt, that'll bring his tournament to a close. And Henny, no win for this player in the event, but they did set a goal and accomplished it by performing better than their rival. And their rival was none other than the young Will Zalatoris.
Luke, this was a phenomenal match today. A great rivalry for the ages, and I don't think this is the last that we'll hear from Will Zalatoris, but he's got to go back home and lick his wounds while this player goes on to the next event.
On behalf of Rich Beam, Henny Kuyak, John McCarthy, I'm Luke Elvey saying so long from 2K Sports. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group today.
Hi Luke, I'm looking forward to bringing you the action from the ground level for this week's featured group. Now there's a sense of heightened competition this week, and this player has mentioned that they're starting up a rivalry this week with their playing partner.
And it looks like, Henny, he's trying to beat Tony Finau. Now, if you were trying to pick out a rivalry, would you be picking Tony Finau?
Well, no, because aside from his incredible golf game, incredible mental game, he knows how to win, but he will kill you with a smile. He'll cut you down while being your best friend, and you'll finish the match so confused you wouldn't even know what the rivalry was to begin with.
That's a very astute point, Henny. Tony Finau will kill you with kindness. Watch out for the big loving, big hitting Tony Finau. Good luck in this rivalry. Well, that's a handy shot. Looks like a pretty straightforward 5-footer to me. Nice line. And that will drop in for birdie.
Making birdie in the first always puts you in a good frame of mood. It'll be fun to watch the round progress.
He's currently tied for 6th. And as we head to the second tee, the first of the par 5s, and as we talked about, you've got to get off to a great start at Pebble Beach.
Absolutely, a par 5 that almost every player should be able to reach into. Just avoid the bunkers right and left, and you're going to have a clean shot into a very narrow green.
Wonderfully played. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
This whole location for him, well, it's about 185 yards out. Wow, that drive, that had so much airtime, I didn't even know if it was coming down.
Game of the 7.
This one's heading towards the cabbage.
And here we are with the third shot. but in for birdie. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
I like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
And a par 4 awaits at this next hole. Well, that was a bit of a wild swing. Probably be a similar result too. Henny, how's that ball lying?
Oh, some smiles here. A bit of luck in the second cut. It's sitting nicely.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Great shot. Let's see if we can make this big putt for birdie. Just didn't drop. Just 4 feet remaining between him and the hole.
This is important. Big par putt here.
Well done. And as we head to the next hole, this player is chasing the leader behind Bubba Watson. Rich, we get our first look at the beach here at Pebble Beach. This fourth is a short one, but beguiling.
It is just around the 325-yard mark. Most players tend to lay up and just have a wedge for their second. However, the big sticks, they can go ahead and take a rip at it, but beware, the beach lurks closely down the right-hand side.
That's not what he had hoped for, I'm pretty sure of that. Time for the second shot here at the fourth. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
He's staring down 23 feet here.
Looking really good, this one. And down she goes from outside the range. And that will take him to 3 under. Bubba Watson currently enjoying first place in this one. The 5th hole, Rich, the first of the par 3s. Much to it?
There is. This green is tiny. It's minuscule. And you have what over to the right-hand side? Oh, yes, the Pacific Ocean. No, thank you. A par 3 here is an excellent score.
Looks to be going with the 6 iron. This would be a great up and down. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? And this putt to move into a share of first. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. He's currently in a share of top spot.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
That's a tad disappointing, isn't it? Henny, how's that ball lying? It's tough to see from here.
They'll have to get their best bunker technique out here because this is nasty.
Well done. Got a lot of that. Getting ready to play their third. Currently tied for the lead. Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it. He can mark it down. That's birdie number 4 today. And with that, he'll move to 4 under par. And at the end of that hole, he's gone into clear outright leader. We head across to the par 3 7th. And we always talk about it in golf. It doesn't need to be a long one to be a great one.
Luke, this could be one of the most picturesque par 3s in all of golf. Who says great par 3s need to be more than 150 yards? Not a single one of them. I love this hole.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. He's found the surface. Good chance here.
And this one for back-to-back birdies.
Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? 8 feet to the cup.
He's got this for his part.
Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Ouch, that hurts. Just a short putt remaining here. Oh, Canada. Brooke Henderson leads this tournament. Well, after the beauty of the 7th, we go to the beast that is the 8th. Is there a tougher two-shotter on the property?
Not to my knowledge, no. At just around 425 yards, you're going to lay up to the end of the fairway. No driver needed. But the second shot is where it gets difficult. Downhill, a very small green. You knock it on here in 2, and you've done well.
And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. Time for the second shot at the 8th. Going with the 6-iron here.
Nothing good out on the right-hand side, Luke. This headed for trouble.
Is that what they had in mind?
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
This putt for par here. Steady now. This is a bogey putt coming up. Down it goes, but that's back-to-back bogeys. Time to lift.
2 bogeys in a row, never a good sign. Have to see if they can rebound from that.
And unfortunately heading in the wrong direction on the leaderboard after that hole. Pebble Beach has a terrific stretch of par 4 starting from the 8th right through to the end of the 11th. Let's take a look at the 9th.
This is an interesting hole because it wants to make you aim left, but there's a bunker there that you need to avoid. Funny enough, there's a lot more room out to the right than what you can see off the tee. A very strong par 4 to finish the front 9.
Looks like they put a good pass on that one. That's a heavy lie this player has drawn. Going with the 8-iron here. This one looks like it's going right. Well, this should affect the ball flight. Oh, that's one of those shots you wish you had a do-over. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Our wind's just going to knock the ball down. It's straight at the back.
Choosing the 9-iron here.
Yeah, this is lovely.
Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. And this one is for bogey. Like the look of this one. Ooh, right by the hole. A double bogey putt in front of them. Here we go, Rich. The back nine on Sunday. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, Luke, I've been enjoying this pair of rivals we are following today. The two of them are pretty even for the event so far.